One of my absolutely favourite creators could put me as a midwife out of my job. The girl with a list has hit the Diary of a CEO as being one of the reasons why birth rates are continuing to fall. And yet, I take my absolute hat off to her and I absolutely adore her content. Because as women, we have been sold this Disney princess fairy tale dream that we just get married, we live happily ever after, we pop out a few babies and it's wonderful and it's magical and it's amazing. And you know what I love most about the girl with the list? She tells it how it is. She tells you about what to expect from pregnancy, what to expect from motherhood, what to expect about having babies. Because guess what? It's not a Disney fairy tale princess where we all live happily ever after. It is so freaking hard, start to finish. We sacrifice our bodies, we sacrifice our sanity, we sacrifice our minds, we sacrifice our financial stability often, we sacrifice our careers, we sacrifice travelling and holidays and getting out, we sacrifice our own selfishness. And it baffles me, and it's probably just rage bait, that you have two men who are debating the birth rate decline in general, and it's just staggering, the lack of insight that men have into what women genuinely sacrifice to have babies and to have children. As a midwife and a health visitor, I went into it with my eyes wide open. I knew what to expect. It still hits you like a train, don't get me wrong, but I had plans in place for how I would manage my emotions postnatally, how I would manage that postnatal period. Me and my husband made compromises about what I would do and what he would do in return. It's still not 50-50. And when I sit down with women, both in my career and my friends, you sit there and you go, my word, what have men actually sacrificed in order to become a father? Most of them will say that I want a wife and I want children. And they will say these things because what they want is they want a wife, they want somebody else to raise and bring up their children while they continue about their everyday life. They continue their hobbies, they continue what they were doing before having children. And in a majority of cases, they do not sacrifice the same way that women do to have children. But when we are not told the reality of things, it becomes a massive shock when suddenly you have a baby or you go into pregnancy, something happens and you go, I was never told this. I never knew what to expect. Oh my word. Why did no one prepare me for this? And the lack of the reality of what to expect really contributes to maternal mental health problems in that postnatal period. I've seen it myself as a health visitor. I've seen the impact it has on relationships as well in that postnatal period because it hits you like a truck. And if you have not been prepared for whatever it is, from conception all the way until your children are fully grown, then how do we expect people to manage without the social infrastructure, without the financial support, without the financial stability? Women are the ones who are sacrificing more often than not everything in order to have children. And in contrast, two men in a podcast want you to believe that we shouldn't hear about the realities of something so that we actually make an informed decision. What would have been a greater use of podcasting time is to talk about the infrastructure that could be provided for women to be able to have children, to be able to have their careers, to be able to have good childcare, to be able to have that social support that they need, to be able to have access to healthcare throughout their pregnancy and have adequate reproductive rights throughout, start to finish. And I love the girl with the list. I think she's fantastic and I think she's living her best life. Hats off to her, and for anyone who decides that children is not for them, hats off to you. I hope you have the most wonderful and magical life going. It is in becoming a mother why I understand why people choose not to have children. And as a woman, I think that's a wonderful choice to be able to have in life. So to the girl with a list, you have rattled the billionaires. Keep doing what you are doing, even if it puts us midwives out of a job.